Hi everybody, in this video I'm just going to quickly walk through one of the templates that we can put into your online course as you're developing it. We've put this template together over the last couple of years, and a lot of faculty find it helpful to have this template put into their course shell so that they can just go in and edit the information, and so that it provides them with a map of how each component of their online course might look like. As well, what we found is that this tends to give some consistency to the online courses as well, so that from a structural and organizational standpoint, students are familiar with what it is that they're supposed to do and where to look for any given information. The first thing that you'll come across if we put this template in your shell is this section, how to use this template. Brief little bit of information about how this complies to the online Ontario Learn mandatory checklist. You can refer to the Ontario Learn checklist using the link that's in this developmental shell as well. Also, we put in this template area for a welcome message. The Ontario Learn checklist has requirements for a welcome message in your course, so we've just left a little bit of an area to remind you that you will need to create an announcement for your online course. One of the sections that we've been developing is this about course section, and we've found that faculty find this template particularly helpful. This about course section provides a lot of useful information for the students, gives you an area where you can put your syllabus, you can put your course outline, the newly released court addendum, syllabus addendum is in here, which provides emergency evacuation information, lockdown, sexual violence, and campus closure information. So that's handy to have there. A section where you can put your own information about a required textbook for the course. Some helpful information about communicating in the course, so privately via email. You also put your office hours in there, as well some netiquette rules, the conventions of business emails for how students should be emailing their professors, and as well as basic netiquette guidelines when communicating in online discussion boards and forums, etc. We've got this area with tips for online student success, this video about some tips and how to be a successful online student. Also, we've got our top 5 reasons or strategies to use in order to be a successful online student. This is helpful information, particularly for if people are new to online learning. As well, it links them to the Georgian College Library tip sheet for taking an online course. So many students have found that information helpful. As well, we've got helpful links and information section here. So lots of different links for students so that they're able to find the information that they need to be successful, whether that's Georgian stores, the Georgian library, student services, learning strategists, or just services in general like My Wellness Plan, the Food Locker, insurance. We've got some mental health help here with Good to Talk, some IT support for troubleshooting any technical issues, a link to the policies and procedures, and just a reminder to work hard and have fun, because school tends to go by fairly quickly. Online learning is a unique opportunity, so just a reminder to embrace that for the students. And then finally, in this part of the template, we've got the student responsibilities and a startup checklist. This goes through the various different instructor and student responsibilities, as well as a startup checklist for students to go through in order to determine whether they are ready to start the course. So this is helpful, and you can edit this information so that it matches your own course. As well, we have a weekly learning template here, and this provides 14 weeks worth of folders that you can go in and edit. Broken down into 14 weeks. You can edit this folder and change the topic here. You can also change the information here. We usually recommend annotating each weekly folder just to give a brief indication about what's inside these various different folders. So once you click inside, you can see that there's areas that line up with the Ontario Learn checklist. There's an area for your introduction, for your learning objectives, for your weekly content. Every week needs to have a learning activity, so there's some information and an area for that here. A quiz and test area if you have that in any given week, and then a summary. So these are all of the areas that you're expected to have in order to pass the Ontario Learn Checklist. You can just edit these areas and put your own information in. If you're looking for any helpful information about any of these specific areas, you can contact anybody on the CTLAE team, or you can click these internal hyperlinks in order to be transported to tip sheets on these various different topics. We've also got an assignments and tests section here. This talks about the various different assignments and tests and gives you a little bit of information about assignment design, some information about rubrics. You can see a screenshot here about how to create assignments and a screenshot down here about how to create tests. If you're having any questions about how to create assignments or tests, we're going to be going over those in the weekly face-to-face sessions, but feel free to contact myself, Mark Dorsey, Amy Gorick, or Gordon Ma. And the final section here is we've put a section in the template for a link to the My Grade section. This is for the students. As you can see, instructors do not have personal grades in their role, but for the students, this will be very helpful to have along the left-hand column so that they can quickly access their grades. We can talk with you one-on-one about whether you would like to have the template. If you don't want to use the template, by all means, that is completely up to you. However, we do recommend using it, and we have had some positive feedback from faculty who've gone through the OCDP that it was helpful to have this online template so you can chat with us. And if you're interested, we'd be happy to put it inside your developmental shell.